Hey, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Farah, aka Dr. Laurent. Today, I want to talk to you about how you, as a nurse, you're losing anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 a month and how to get it, right? How to get that money. So, that's what I want to talk to you today about. For those who don't know me, I've been a nurse for over 20 years. I've held various positions in the emergency department, up to educator, director of nursing, all the way up to associate dean. And now I am in the nurse entrepreneur space and also a consultant and a nurse career coach for new graduate nurses in the New York and California area, helping them get anywhere from 100K to 175K offers in less than 90 days. All right. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been also hosting some events, business mastermind events for nurse consultants, nurse coaches, any nurse that really wants to grow or start a business. Okay. So, why am I talking to you about this today? Because I recently watched a very amazing podcast and they were talking about monetizing your expertise. And this is something where I feel that nurses fail to do, right? You don't have to have this huge, elaborate business, but you can start a business literally monetizing what you already know, your expertise, your intellectual property. So today I'm going to share 5 ways that you can actually monetize off your intellectual property. Like I said, what you already know. If this is resonating with you, put one in the comment. If you're interested to learn more about how to potentially start your own business or grow your business, you can go to my website, nursefair.com. I have a book there called Nurses Making Money Moves, a Nurse's Guide to Starting a Business. It has a lot of tips in there. And I'm also working on my second book, Nurses Making Business Moves, Personal Branding Edition. So please look out for that. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't have that subscription yet, and then also to my newsletters. So I'll share that a little bit later. So let's get into the actual topic. And if you happen to be watching right now, let me know what city, what country you're watching from. Any questions or comments that you may have, drop them in the chat. All right. So let's get into it. Number one, you can create digital products, meaning you can turn your expertise into digital products. What does that mean? Digital products meaning you can create an ebook, a downloadable guide, or create a course. And it doesn't, again, have to be an elaborate thing. You can go on Amazon, create an account, and do Kindle Direct Publishing, right? Where you can actually create something on Amazon and start to sell it. Okay. I did this myself. And I am not that savvy when it comes to, you know, all the technical aspects and things like that. But you can go on Fiverr or Upwork and have somebody help you with the dimensions and things like that. So I created this book and it's on Amazon. It's called The 90-Day Gratitude Journal. So it's a journal you could purchase on Amazon, hardcover book. Literally, this took me, I think, 2 hours or maybe 3 hours max to create. And it now lives on Amazon, which you can purchase at any time. So you can create a product like this where you can sell it and monetize. And that's just a journal. There's people out here that are actually creating coloring books and whatever it is, right? And they're selling it. So if you happen to be, let's say, an oncology nurse, a hospice nurse, my background is emergency medicine, emergency nursing, critical care. If you have something, a method, a framework, something that you want to package up and monetize, you can create a digital product. For me, I'm a nurse career coach. I help new nurses with career guidance. So I would give them, resume templates as part of my coaching program where they just plug in their stuff, cover letters, help them create this so that they can stand out in the workplace, right? And I happen to also have guides and worksheets on how to stand out in the interview process. So we go through questions and things like that. So you can create your own digital products and monetize off of this, right? If you like the sound of the sound of this, put yes in the comments. And if you want to learn more, please direct message me. If you want to learn how to become a coach or a consultant, or learn how to start monetizing what you already know. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two of how you can monetize and make money using what you already know is hosting a workshop or a webinar. Now, traditionally, some webinars, people don't charge for them. There's free webinars. So you could start doing something free where maybe you're getting a lot of demand, a lot of traffic. You're hosting it, let's say weekly, and you notice so many people are coming, and now you want to turn it into a workshop or something a little bit longer where people want to pay for this. Okay. You can also do a virtual workshop or in person, right? So I'm now hosting an event for business minded nurses who want to learn more about business, how to grow their business or start their business, mainly for service based businesses such as coaching or consulting. So I started the mastermind, business mastermind for nurses, and I'm going to switch the name. I'm going to call it Nurses Making Business Moves, because really I'm trademarking that name and it's pretty much almost done, right? So why not? That's what I'm going to start pretty much calling most of my things. So I have it all locked in. Okay. And that's something that you need to think about as well in terms of personal branding, or whether you have a website or something that you want to brand as your own, or a framework or something. You need to look into the trademark aspect. Is it worth it? Investing that money. And definitely, I recommend getting legal advice, right, from an attorney. So, as I said, this business mastermind, it's a couple days. It's only limited to 10 people. And what I do is I give one on one support and teach them about business basics. So, anything from really how to start your business, how to grow it in terms of how to be visible on social media, how to create social media content, how to articulate what it is that you do in your business so people understand what you do, know what you do, so that they can come to you as clients, or people can refer other people to you because they see you as the expert in that particular area. So for me, I'm a nurse career coach for new graduate nurses. So many different people know me on LinkedIn and other platforms and say, hey, Farah is the go-to nurse career coach. Definitely go to Farah if you need guidance on how to enter the nursing field, and specifically if you want to land your dream job, right? Whether it's, let's say, in critical care, ICU, L&D, that's what I do, okay? And then, like I said, once you do that, people will know you if you're constantly showing up, being visible, creating content, right? We also go through marketing and sales. These are things that nurses, we don't get taught this in nursing school. Even when we're in master's programs or doctoral level programs, we don't really talk about marketing or sales. And you can actually use marketing and sales to your advantage, even in your career as a nurse, even when you want to get promoted, during interviews, all that stuff, right? So these concepts can all be applicable in your actual career. But like I said, this business mastermind, this workshop that I've created, is one-on-one support where I walk through every detail, answer questions. So it's a small, tight group. You can do the same thing, host workshops in person or virtually. If you want to start virtually, it's a little bit easier because there's less cost involved. You don't have to feed people and like bring them to a place and all that, right? But In-person events really takes things to another level because you get to meet people, you get to really support them one-on-one, you really get to understand what it is that they want, really get to know them so that you can better be of service to them. It's a little different online. Yes, it can work, but there's nothing like in-person events. You also establish a different relationship and a different level of trust, right? And you can't fake things in person, right? You're either the expert or you're not. So it really brings another level of authority to you if you want to monetize and be known as the expert in XYZ. So that's another way, like I said, you can start making money by doing in-person workshops or online workshops. If this is resonating with you, put 1 in the comments. And if you want to learn more about how to work with me as a nurse career coach, just direct message me, or as a nurse consultant or coach, you can message me as well. Okay. And I have 3 spots left in my upcoming Nurses Making Business Moves Mastermind, which is going to be in Clearwater, Florida. Please message me if you're interested to learn more about that. All right. What's another way you can make money? Number 3 is licensing your content, right? Licensing your content, but specifically to organizations. So licensing, I'm not an expert in licensing. However, there are experts in licensing that you could speak to. But if you have a concept, a vision that you want to license, now you can license this out to organizations, and that is where the money can be rolling in. You can be making way more than 5 to 10K a month if you're able to provide something of value to an organization that is going to help them save money, help them save time. Whatever they see as valuable, you're fixing a problem for this big organization and you're licensing something to them like a course or a framework. You're sitting on gold right there. Okay. And a lot of times licensing, right? You can do a contract for like 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever that looks like. Okay. And again, this is something that you can get legal advice or an actual licensing expert to help you. Okay. So I actually have an intellectual property attorney that I'm working with because that is extremely important if you're creating content that you want to monetize. So be very careful. Because just a quick example, if you're working in an organization, let's say you're an educator, I'm a former educator, whatever content that you create in your education courses for the nurses or for the hospital or the organization, technically, even though you've created it, because you work for that organization, that's their intellectual property. And that's from what I remember working in New York. So I'm pretty sure most organizations are the same. So be very careful about that because it's not yours. You don't own it anymore because you work for that organization, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is you can be a consultant to an organization, and then we're going to get into that into the next step. So that's number 4. You can create a one-on-one coaching program where you're coaching one-on-one. That's what I'm doing with my new graduate nurses, offering them support one-on-one and charging obviously for that. Or you can do one-to-many. So you could do a group coaching session. You can also do consulting packages. So maybe an organization needs you to come in to do an assessment for maybe, a safety related issue or quality, whatever it is they need you for. Or maybe they're bringing you in as a curriculum consultant at a university or college to look at their curriculum and revise it for them. This might take 6 months or 9 months or whatever it is. And you're going to charge them a retainer fee for the year or monthly, however you work it out with them. Okay. And that's something that you could be doing while you're still working. But of course, you'd have to register a business, to be a consultant. Okay. And then number 5, as we're wrapping it up, the 5th way that you can actually monetize and make money anywhere from 5 to 10K a month is podcasting. Okay. So technically, I'm doing this live. I also have an actual podcast, audio podcast on Spotify. So the way that people describe podcasts these days, it can be very different, right? So there's podcasts that are just audio based, just audio podcasts, like the one that I do for Spotify. And then there's platforms where it's just on YouTube. So right now I'm actually streaming to YouTube. So this is my podcast on YouTube, The Nursing Dose with Farah, right? And then there's video ones where you can use different mediums to do it. So Riverside is a big popular one that a lot of people use, but I don't even edit my content. I don't have time for all that. I'm not one of those podcasters that just spend so much time on it. But if you're serious about podcasting and you want to take it to the next level, maybe include some commercials in your podcasts, have brand partnerships where other brands pay you to insert their commercial in your podcast, that's a way that you can start monetizing, right? And make money. And of course, you have to have a really good podcast and have, followership, listeners that download your stuff. And, sometimes it goes by how many followers you have or listeners, and you can do brand deals that way, right? So it's pretty amazing, actually, what you can do, right? And then there's paid communities. Some people create an actual community on a particular platform, and they will charge you to enter the community, to use the resources, and be in community with others so that you can learn from each other, share resources, right? And it's like a membership subscription style, right? You could be paying $50 a month, $250 a month. There's various ranges that you could do, okay? And then besides podcasting, brand partnerships, and paid communities, there's something else that you can do, which is affiliate marketing. So let's say someone approaches you and they're like, hey, I see that you're very visible on social media, let's say on Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn, or whatever. You're creating content weekly. You have a large following. And for me, I have 28,000 followers on LinkedIn. And the majority of these followers are healthcare professionals, particularly nurses, nurse leaders, nurse practitioners, nursing students. So I'm very grateful for that. And that is actually a massive amount of people. So let's say someone out there is like, hey, I have this program that I want to promote, or this product, or whatever the case is. I will create you an affiliate marketing link or code that you can share with your audience, and that they can get a discount or whatever to come to the conference, or buy this product, or whatever it is. Now you're making a profit off that sale. And it depends. It could be anywhere from as low as 5%, which is super low, but the majority can be anywhere from like 10%, which is kind of average, all the way up to like 20%. So imagine they're selling something at a price point of, say, $1,000, and you have a 10% affiliate marketing commission. You're making $100 off that each sale that you make, right? So obviously it's a win-win. They're profiting because they're getting, their cut, and then you're getting your cut as well. And this could be something as simple as just sharing it with your community, your audience, putting it in a newsletter, or whatever the case is. And actually, I would like to announce that I'm actually in a similar partnership with Black Health Connect, and they're having their conference at the end of June in the DMV area in DC. And I actually have an affiliate marketing code that I'm going to share later. Drop it in the comments. And if you happen to be in the DMV area or you want to go to this conference, I'll put the link there so you can find out more about the conference. It's for healthcare professionals and really getting together to talk about different topics in healthcare. So it's a really great conference. I can't attend, unfortunately, because I'll be somewhere else out of state. But I'm going to share that with you. And I'm so excited about that because, again, it's a partnership now that I've built with that particular organization, right? So I'm going to drop that later. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about affiliate marketing and being able to collaborate and monetize and co-create with other creators or other founders or entrepreneurs. So don't be afraid to venture out, collaborate. So for those who maybe are just coming in, I'm just going to recap the whole thing for you. Again, if you're interested to work with me as a nurse career coach, if you're a nursing student or a new grad looking to land your dream job in less than 90 days, definitely direct message me so we can get you that offer. If you are an aspiring nurse entrepreneur or a new nurse entrepreneur that's struggling to attract clients, not sure how to create content, not sure how to create a newsletter, how to go live, all these things that I'm talking about, then you need to be in person with me in Clearwater Beach, July 31st to August 3rd, where I'm going to break down all these business basics to you so that you can learn how to make more money in your business and how to grow. Okay? So recap the 5 ways that you can make money so that you're not leaving this 5 to 10K a month on the table. Number 1, turn your expertise into digital products. So we talked about ebooks, courses, things like that. Number 2, host paid workshops or webinars in person or online. Number 3, license your content to organizations. Number 4, offer premium one-on-one coaching or one-to-many coaching, or be a consultant to an organization where you're asking for a retainer, whether it's like a 6-month contract, a year contract, whatever that looks like. And then number 5, leveraging podcasting, right? For brand partnerships, paid communities, or even affiliate marketing. All right. So I hope this was helpful. I have to run to my next meeting. But again, thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe to The Nursing Dose with Farah on YouTube and on Spotify. Subscribe to the Nurses Making Money Moves newsletter and the New Bold Nurse newsletter. Follow me for more content and direct message me if you want to learn more about the things I spoke about or learn how to work with me. All right. Have a